What is going on, everyone? Brian, Jake here for Apocaflix Movies, and we are here to give you our reaction, our see it, save it, skip it for the Fast and Furious present Hobson Shaw. This movie was awesome. We're gonna get into it. Let's go. So obviously, I am definitely a see it. This movie is something that you have to see in theaters. In fact, we saw it in D-Box, where the seats move and everything. It was my first time in one of those, and it was the perfect movie to start it out with.
All right, guys, so Hobson Shaw, as most of us are gonna call it, not officially Fast and Furious presents Hobson Shaw. I was so much looking forward to this movie. It just looks like the perfect popcorn summer blockbuster, right? It looks ridiculous, it looks outrageous. It has two of your favorite action stars in there, with Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham. Yeah, a little bit of Idris Elba in there, and some Vanessa Kirby as well. And it is a must see. It's not just you go see this movie, you know, you pay the minimum amount for this movie. It is a must see for everyone. It is the definition of a summer blockbuster, and we're gonna tell you why. So the most obvious out of the three reasons why we're gonna tell you that you should go see it is the action. I mean, that's what Fast and Furious movies are all about, right? They've kind of become this like ridiculous fantasy style action blockbuster where everything is so not believable, but they've created these rules for this world to where they are believable.
The action seems to never end, and it was so ridiculously good.
There is nothing like Hobbs and Shaw in this franchise. This stuff that they do in this movie is so nuts on so many different levels. It is so much fun and entertaining to watch.
The stuff that they did blows your mind. It's almost so fake but the way they did it is almost kind of believable.
Yes, it's not believable in our world, but the rules within their world, it's incredibly believable.
It didn't rely heavily on the cars, which was cool because you got to see a little bit of fist fighting between everyone.
It is 100% one of the biggest reasons you go see this movie.
And just non-stop action, and the comedy that played in through those action scenes, it was more than I could ever imagine, and it felt like one of those classic action movies that you love to go see at the movie theaters.
You're gonna be smiling and clapping and laughing and having so much fun while watching it. There's no way that you walk out of this movie not enjoying the action.
Next, we have Idris Elba and Vanessa Kirby, who were fantastic.
Obviously, the draw to these movies, or this movie specifically, is gonna be Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham. But Idris Elba and Vanessa Kirby stand out on their own right very, very well.
Idris Elba in this movie was the perfect villain.
Idris Elba is a great villain for this specific movie. He fits the story, the way they connected it back to previous films. It works really well inside this story.
I've been waiting for him to get a good villain role that he can just be a badass, and this was it. This was absolutely perfect. He fit into it so well.
He was a very formidable villain for these characters. Neither one of them could go off against him on their own. They had to go up with each other against him, and it worked.
The way he acted in this movie, it was like he was the Black Superman, and I'm not gonna say I wouldn't be opposed to seeing him as the Black Superman.
And the three of them, when they were fighting each other, was so cool and so much fun. And then we go to Vanessa Kirby, who brings this powerful, badass woman to the screen and adds to the rank that this franchise already has. She kicks so much ass.
She is a freaking badass that deserves to be in a lot more things.
You know, usually when you see a Fast and Furious movie, you know, we see, Letty stand alongside Dom, right? She's not behind him, she's right next to him and all the stuff. Vanessa Kirby sometimes takes the moment from Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham.
She holds her own in that movie, and she's barely, even if you can call it a secondary character, because she holds her own and she makes sure that all these dudes, they're nothing on her, because she will whoop their ass at the same time.
Definitely outside of the action which we already mentioned, Idris Elba and Vanessa Kirby, you're not going to be let down by the villain or her supporting role, and so you will very much enjoy what you get from them in this movie.
Absolutely love it.
Surprise, surprise, number one goes to none other than Dwayne Johnson and Jason Statham.
Finally, we have the two stars of the movie, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, and Jason Statham.
These two guys are the reason that you go see the movie, and these two guys are the reason you're gonna enjoy the movie so much.
They are so funny throughout this whole entire movie, so believable that these two hate each other.
Their banter and their chemistry together is incredible on so many levels.
Jason Statham is like this angry, pissed off guy that's always mad and ready to punch someone, and you got this nice, jolly rock Dwayne Johnson character.
You see it in The Fate of the Furious, the 8th movie that should have had an 8 in it and not the Fate, or whatever. That movie was terrible. But you see their relationship in that movie kind of grow, and it's taken to a whole new level in this movie.
They're literally polar opposites, but literally have to get together and fight this one. You can't really have one without the other.
The way that they kind of walk into a room together, you just know that they absolutely hate each other, and it works for the entire movie. Usually it works for maybe 20 minutes, 45, maybe an hour and 20, halfway through the movie, then you kind of get to the big stuff. It works for the entire movie, and you rarely ever see that.
They are non-stop hilarious. They're constant banter. The action that you have between the two of them.
I knew that we were gonna get something good from them. The trailers showed that, and the trailers did a really good job, by the way, of not showing a lot of the movie and just teasing us. But the trailers did a good job of showing us what their chemistry was like, and it's just heightened in this movie. It takes it to a whole different perspective and experience.
It blew my mind. It's almost kind of like one of those things like, how did we not see how good these two are together?
I love that the director just kind of sat the camera there and let them go back and forth at times, and it never got old.
It was fantastic, and I'm really hoping to see more of these movies with these two characters because it was absolutely great.
Their chemistry, their relationship, the connection that they have, both good and bad, is incredible, and you will come out having so much fun with this movie. Well, there you guys go, our review of Hobson Shaw. We are both to see it, and how can you not be with this type of movie?
So good. So good.
As Brian mentioned, I forgot to mention this, but we saw it in the D-Box, and if you have a D-Box anywhere near you, go see this movie in D-Box. It's literally, you're on a roller coaster for 2 hours. And yeah. I remember looking at my watch and being like, oh my God, we're only an hour into this movie.
I know, because you're just sitting there shaking.
It's so much fun. I definitely think that there should be a trilogy for these guys. Whether or not it makes money in the box office, which I think it will overseas because these movies always do overseas, this is so much fun and entertaining. It's the exact thing you want from a summer blockbuster, which is why we both see it. So, there you guys go. Make sure you check out Apocaflix movies on iTunes, Instagram, YouTube. Make sure you leave your thoughts down below in the comments down there as well. Share, like, as always. That is Brian. I am Jake. Thank you again for joining us on this episode of See It, Save It, Skip It. Look out for our spoiler discussion on this movie coming in the next couple days. And we'll see you guys next time.
Hey everyone, Jacob Bartley here. Thanks for watching. If you want to check out something similar from Apocaflix movies, click this video up here. You want something a little bit different? Check out this video down here. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to Apocaflix movies and let us know your thoughts in the comments section. We always love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.